So going down the list, vendor advantage. I mean, this tool's been out now for a little over a year. That was awesome when that hit. Near and dear to my heart because I'm from fixed. But being able to treat your vendors like employees and have the same levels of accountability for vendors as you do for your internal staff. I know from a dealership perspective, it's really easy to not hold your vendors to the same standard as your employees because it's not that easy to yell at them like your current employees. But with vendor advantage, it really loops in those vendors.
You're absolutely right. One of the things that you can also do with it is, right, they get that access, they get that responsibility, but they are also limited on what they can see. So that you've also kind of got that security built in. You're alleviating that issue where vendors are, vendors that can perform the same types of repairs, right? They might see the other person's work. So now we've resolved that issue. So.
One of my favorite stories about vendor advantage was the dealer that is using it to pre-order some of those parts that just kill recon times, like tires and windshields, right? So with vendor advantage, they do the trade walk in the morning, walk around the car, pop their app open, and order a windshield and tires. Well, we've got the windshield company on vendor advantage. It knows it needs to be replaced. With vendor advantage, it automatically notifies that windshield vendor that there's a windshield that's needed. What I typically see is stores pulling a car into the service department. The car's already been on the lot 24 hours or even 48 hours, and then we're ordering a windshield and find out that it's 3 days out. Yep. With vendor advantage, that thing's getting ordered on day one. So when that car hits the shop on day 2 or day 3, that glass is already there. On a huge time saver.
Yeah, and I'd like to add on to it. Within our last sprint, we also released a new feature called intake form, which is essentially a cosmetic reconditioning form. And so now they support each other quite well. So give you kind of a use case. You're a used car manager, right? One of your responsibilities is to walk your fresh inventory. So usually they're out there making notes about what's wrong with the vehicle, what about any body damage, anything to expect down the road. And so with this form, with the intake form, they're able to fill out the condition of the vehicle, interior and exterior. When they submit that work, we're going to automatically generate a list of repair items that have failed. And in support of vendor advantage, if you have a default vendor, say your PDR vendor, you just got one vendor that you use on a regular basis, so they're your default vendor. When you submit that form, the work task is generated. Then, to your point, the vendor is sent a notification that says, hey, new vehicle assigned to you for repair. So in one action, he has noted the condition of the vehicle as well as dispatched work ahead of time. And then with a couple of other feature sets available, they can also manage that vendor work and have a constant access to how much work is being distributed across their vendors.
Well, yeah, and if you're using vehicle scan with Rapid Recon, the vendor knows the location of the vehicle. Even better if you're using MDD, Mobile Dealer Data, who's a certified integration partner with Rapid Recon, the live location of the vehicle and the keys automatically come into Rapid Recon and right into what vendor advantage, right?
Yeah.
There's no question where that car is. Vendors all the time, they say they spend more time searching for cars and doing paperwork than they actually do doing work. If you can make your vendor efficient, you're efficient. And we've seen that with vendor advantage over the last year. So absolutely. Another great tool, and certainly thank you for that one.
Yep.